When I first saw the trailer for Weapons, I thought it was going to be about some sort of government project that turned people, specifically children, into some sort of tool for destruction that was going to be unleashed on a small town. Well, I got part of the concept, right? The film is about a small town of very diverse people that has 17 of its neighborhood children all go missing around the same time of morning from the same school classroom. Chaos and confusion ensue as the parents search for answers while finding the time to blame as well as terrorize the teacher whose entire class went missing. Weapons is a horror mystery that is told in a Pulp Fiction-esque type of format where each person's perspective is explored and eventually intersects with the other characters in the movie. This movie was a very well-written, emotional roller coaster with a final act that's going to leave you saying one of two things. Wow, this was intense, or what did I just watch? Let's talk about it. Go.
0, 1. Let's get started.
Peace and love to my Fame Analytics family. Algernon's October is back with another review of a popular film in the culture. Shout out to my brother Headcrack, Tanner, Side Dish, and the MRKT Company for the early screening here in Atlanta last week. Much love to everybody and everything that came with that. Mwah, I love you people to death. Let's jump in. Weapons. This is the latest film from Zach Krieger, who also directed the cult classic Barbarian. A lot of people love that flick. Seasoned cast, it really brought this particular project to life. It stars Julia Garner from Ozark and so much more. Fantastic actress. Josh Brolin, aka Thanos. Benedict Wong and Alden Ehrenreich, just to name a few, but the entire cast was fantastic overall. Everybody did a great job. No complaints there. Weapons has a runtime of about 2 hours and 8 minutes, but it's really hard to notice because the story is so interesting that you really can't feel how long it's taking with the different scenarios to unfold. It does start off with a child narrating the story in a campfire story type of format. Their voice is no louder than a whisper, really creepy, and they really set a great stage for all the intensity that's going to be on the horizon. The story is told from the perspective of five different people: the teacher whose entire class disappeared, a local police officer who is also involved with the teacher, a junkie that's looking for more money so they can get high, the principal of the school that the children went missing from, and a dad that is hell bent on finding his child because he came up missing with the other kids in the town. All five characters are connected and have a vested interest in finding the children. The director and the writers really took their time to build up the tension and really set up each story so that it perfectly intertwined with the main plot and the other characters in the story. Fantastic job of doing that. Now, let's go through the good and the what the hell did I just watch aspects of this particular project. The good. The writing and the setup of the story was really impressive. Like, the team behind this movie really took their time and put together a very interesting tale that built up the anticipation and kept the audience super engaged in every aspect. I was definitely locked in. I wanted to know what was going on, what was going to happen next. The camera angles that they took as the action started to get ramped up really brought that chaos to life and made it feel like you were literally standing right next to the characters as they reacted to everything going on around them. Very creepy, mixed with some pretty good humor as well. Yes, it's a horror flick, but it's also funny as well. Another great aspect of this movie is the suspense. You could feel that something insidious was brewing, but the writers kept building that tension until finally it exploded in the final act. Speaking of the final act, it's the perfect segue into the what the hell did I just watch aspect of my review. The most disappointing aspect of this film was that it really didn't provide any concrete detail as to why this is happening. They did reveal who was responsible and gave some hints around their intentions, but by the time the end credits roll, you will not have any real answers as to who this person is and their reasons for being the Pied Piper for these group of kids that disappeared at 2:17 a.m. Why 2:17 a.m.? We were never told. I was just left with so many different lingering questions, and maybe that's by design. You know, I can see the writers setting up an opportunity for a sequel that may dive deeper into this super weird phenomena. But I feel that I would have enjoyed this movie way more if I had some nuance around what's happening. Now, It's been about a week since I went to the screening. I've had a chance to kind of sit with my thoughts and replay this movie in the theater of my mind. And I really did enjoy the movie. It was a really good film. Weapons is a great horror mystery that I feel has potential to become a cult classic. It truly sets itself apart from the other movies that are currently in the marketplace. Very, very well made film that had all the right ingredients to make an incredible meal for the audience. But I do think that the story needed a little bit more meat as to what was happening and what the end goal was. Like the antagonists, I felt like they were an afterthought in the movie when they were like super interesting. I wanted to know more about them. When in reality, if they had put in a little bit more information and filled in the gaps in the story, I feel like it would have been a way more enjoyable movie from my perspective. I'm just not a big fan of films that don't provide me with an explanation as to why someone took a specific course of action. I understand that some things will remain a mystery, but when you go through a 2 hour film, and you still leave the theater not knowing why this is happening. I'm just not a fan of that type of storytelling. But hey, to each his own. Film drops on August 8th, which is this Friday in theaters. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. If you've seen it, what were your thoughts? Did you come away with something different? Are you okay with all this mystery that's there? If you have not seen it, have you checked out the trailer? Do you plan on seeing it? What are your thoughts? Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you like, subscribe, share for more movie reviews and celebrity interviews with Algernon's October and Fame Analytics. Tell a friend to tell a friend so everybody can tap in. Let's go.